they still working. So we're all in the need of financial stability right now. Due to 2020 and COVID-19, it's time for us to be entrepreneurs. It's time for us to put the pettiness, the backbiting as African American people. It's time for us as sisters of African Americans stop fighting each other. We have kids. We are grown women. We shouldn't be out there fighting each other. We shouldn't be out there acting like animals. We shouldn't be out there acting the way people think that we should act. And then every time we bring up the situation of it, then nobody want to talk about it. But people, they want to talk about police shootings. For instance, the Jacob Blake. Using this as, since I'm talking in it, the Jacob Blake, he was struggling at first with the police officers. Somehow either the police officers let him up or he got up some type of way. When he got up from the scene, he walked around the car. He did not put his hands up. He did not put his hands behind his back. He did not stand there and didn't move and talk to the police. We got to know how to react in situations. Oh, and first thing say, that's not no right to shoot nobody 7 times. And it is not a right to shoot nobody 7 times. But when he got up off that ground, one of the police still had the gun on him. First thing, that came to mind was at least put your hands up. Why the first thing that came to mind was to go around the car, go in your car door to open up a car. Don't know if you have a gun, a knife, whatever weapon that was in the car. And even if there wasn't a police officer, let's say, hypothetically, this is my opinion and my assumption, if there was just any other random person on the street that y'all were just tussling with on the ground, and you jumped up and go around the car and open up your door, and somebody who you just was tussling with had a gun in their hand, you don't think that person was going to shoot you because you was going for a weapon? I'm not even talking about the police. I'm not talking about nobody in blue. I'm talking about real logic here. If I'm scuffling with somebody and that person let me get up and they still got a gun on me, do you think they gonna just stand there and let you go get a weapon? The answer is no. It don't matter if it was a bat. It don't matter if it was a knife. It don't matter if it was a gun. It don't matter if it was a sword. Nobody's not gonna let you get up and go get no weapon. Should have you been shot 7 times? No. I was even thinking, why they ain't shoot him in the kneecap? Just my opinion. Because he hadn't already made it in the vehicle and still could have drawn. Why? When he was on the ground, they didn't handcuff him first. You had 3 officers struggling with you on the ground. Before you got around that car, you should have been tased. It is what it is. You should have been tased and put in handcuffs. Condolences that you're in the hospital. Hope that you get better. We know you had your kids in the car. And, that's what happened. And that was the assumption on that. It shouldn't have happened in that way. But look at They saying, look at the police, look at the police, look what the police did. What are y'all protesting about? Is I'm the only one saw this video? I'm the only one saw this video like this? I don't know. The NBA, the NFL, everybody protesting when this man walked around the car to go get a weapon. He didn't stand there like a man supposed to and talk and see what was wrong. He didn't stand there to see why the police was there, because he was already in a confrontation anyway with a female about some keys. So who knows what was going on in his mind? So I'm just saying, you got to look at some of these people's action. I'm not saying that everybody's situation is the same. Sean Reed was another one. Everybody talking about Sean Reed, and man, the dude had a gun. The dude had a gun before the police shot him. Allegedly, the orange thing that came out that was by the cell phone. Sean Reed was shooting at houses. You know, every case is different. Every case is different. You got to look at every case by its case. George Floyd was a whole different ball game. It was time to picket. It was a time to ride. It was a time, burn, baby, burn. But at this point in time, Jacob Blake was wrong. And even though he didn't have a weapon in his hand, he went for a weapon, and nobody ain't gonna stand there and wait for him to get it out to shoot him. It is what it is. And we're gonna sit on that. Sit on that. I know a lot of African American people gonna be mad at me for saying that, but you gotta think logic for yourself. You can't just go with the crowd, you know, and just because somebody want to loot and steal. Because at the end of the day, what are you looting and stealing for? If you're gonna do peaceful protest, do peaceful protest. Now the 17-year-old boy who shot everybody, that's a whole nother story. How they let him went with his hand up, how they arrested him the next day, but he shot and killed 2 people and injured 1 and went to jail without 1 lead in his body. That's the bias standards that everybody's talking about. The one Reed who sat in that church and shot 9 African American people and went to church and went to jail, with not 1 lead in his body. So this basically saying, some African American people, calm down. Calm down. Discipline yourself. Everybody have authority. Nobody don't want to listen to no type of authority these days. Some people believe in authority from a higher power, from God, from Jesus. Some people believe in mother and father authority. Some people believe in the law of the land authority. It doesn't matter where we go. We gonna have to be disciplined and know when to react on our emotions and when to control our emotions. And we're gonna have authority. We're gonna have authority. How are you gonna be teachable and listen to what each person saying if we don't do it in discipline? And like I said, these are case-on-case basis. Allegedly, I'm saying that too. Case-on-case basis. We can't put everybody in one group and saying, see, they doing this again, and they doing that again. The man was wrong.